Hey, it's Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute, and I have a wonderful comedian, actor, writer, artist. Jann Karam is here. Jann, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Finally.
Yeah, we started a
Yes.
long time ago. A long time ago.
It's so great to be here.
It's so nice to have you. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time.
Yes, my pleasure.
Let's
You're
go right
kidding.
to work.
I'm the one. Huh?
This is all about you. Everything. It's Your Comedy Minute. Everything is about you.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Wait.
let's start. Let me start with this. You are presently in California.
I'm currently in California in Koreatown. I'm in South Koreatown.
Okay. But
Democracy.
you were not born and raised there, or were you raised there?
No, I'm from Los Angeles. I'm from Arizona.
Although that's what I thought, because again, I try and put this stuff together. Is that where you started doing comedy in Arizona?
I did. I was going to Arizona State University where I
Okay.
graduated cum laude
Was
because I
was
cheated. Huh?
was there a catalyst? Was there something that said, Jan, let's start doing comedy?
Let's see. Well, I think I was back east and I saw some stand-up comedy, and then that's what inspired me. But I was younger. Like I was 17 or 18, something like that.
Yeah.
And I kind of got back and I'm like, yeah, that's what I got to do.
So that
'Cause I
was it.
did on television and all, but I didn't really know, it wasn't like now where everyone's doing stand-up.
Well, take me through that a little bit. So take
I
me from
have my
Arizona.
sippy cup. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Just take me from, because I'm curious. As you know, I've had a lot of related stars with you. Like that have been on like, and I don't want to get too far ahead. You mentioned TV, but I'm kind of curious how you got from Arizona, then you went to New York. I guess New York is that
So I started in Arizona and then I started they had a Playboy club, it was
okay?
it had like a nice stage. They had a showroom. It wasn't that big, but it was, the stage was elevated. And then I did a Mexican food restaurant called Macayo's, and then in Scottsdale. And then we had a group of us that where we had shows, and then from there I moved to Chicago, and then I studied at Second City for about 7 months. I found a place to stay,
Okay.
and then I worked as a waitress, and then I got road gigs there, like kind of local road stuff, and worked the Chicago circuit. And then I moved to New York, and then I got in at Catch a Rising Star and
Okay.
started. I was a regular there, yeah. And then I
Well,
started.
and then we can move ahead now, if you don't mind. You've been
Okay.
on TV
Have
many,
a
many
minute.
times.
When's my minute? It's been more than a minute. I gotta go. What?
Oh my good.
Wait,
I say,
okay.
I keep my feathers numbered for just such an occasion. Who
Is
opened
the
the
light
door?
okay?
Now you told me I have as much time as I need.
I know. I was kidding
Now,
about the
now you're giving me a hard time. I'm
you
trying to
keep
keep this thing
laughing at
on.
me.
What's
Okay.
this?
I'm doing improv. If because of the mirrors there, so then you can see the back of me and it's a
Oh,
mess.
yeah, whatever you want. This
All
is
right.
your comedy minute. This is all about you. And I told you, well, I'll tell you, total disclosure. Since you're doing this improv stuff, I'll try to send a little
Did
zinger back your way.
you do your
I
Philly
talked to a
accent?
couple comedians this morning, and
Yeah.
I said it's never a good sign when they text me the night before. How long is this going to be?
Oh yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
taking too
hey, is
long.
there any way we could? And if you remember, I texted back however long you want it to
I
be.
know, no. At first I thought you said it was a minute.
No, no, no. Don't try and suck up
Like,
now.
damn, that's all I get. No,
Yeah, that's it. You're done. Oh boy,
I'm
look
just
at the
learning about
time. I
my
gotta, I
background
gotta
because
go rearrange my sock drawer.
I have a
Yeah.
cat
Oh, I was
too.
gonna ask about the cats. We'll get to the
Oh, they're
cats.
all here. They're all
All
here.
right, we'll get to the cats. Let's
All
let's do a little more work if we can.
right. Okay. I'm
You,
trying to
you
not get this backlight.
what,
Okay.
all right, whatever. Get yourself situated for God's sake.
Okay. Should it maybe
You've
it's
been
just
on TV many times. The
let
Tonight
me
Show, Late
oh, it's
Show.
better with my glasses on. Okay, go ahead. I'm ready. Here we go. Let's go.
You've been on TV many times. The Tonight
Yeah.
Show, David Letterman, HBO, Mad About You, Seinfeld, and that's just to mention a couple.
Arsenio.
Right. Well, and people don't know, and I didn't know this
I
till that you were
Curb.
Jerry's girlfriend on Seinfeld.
Yeah, I played Jerry. You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
I did not know that. In other words, well, I didn't until, all right, now you want to keep going. Back in August, when I first met you, or I didn't know.
Oh, right, right, right. Back in August when I called you. No, that's not. That wasn't. Oh my God.
This thing, would you please stay with me for God's sakes?
Okay.
No one's going to watch it. All right.
Okay.
So you played his girlfriend, and then you want me to keep moving. You did 2 episodes of Curb. And you want to talk about that? Because I love Curb. And Larry called you. I don't want to give it away. Why don't you tell him
I
that
wish
rather
I
than me?
recorded it. Okay. First of all, I auditioned. He had me audition for Cheryl, the
Yeah.
wife. And then he said, I can't do it with you. I know you too well. I can't have you play my wife. And I was like, he doesn't know me that well, but okay.
I was going to say, that's pretty cool if Larry David knows you that well.
Although back in the day, we did go to dinner and stuff. So,
Okay.
then he said, I can't call you because I have a no call rule. So that was the end of it.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, if you call, then it ruins everything. If you call the person, I think
Well,
he did.
that's you and I spoke, and it ruined everything.
I know. You see, here I am. Oh my God. I've been like corralled into doing this.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got corralled into doing it.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I can tell. I
I'm
can
only
tell.
fidgeting because look
Well,
who's
and you're making me.
say hello to my little friend.
Hey, hey, did you have a little of that breakfast wine? Is that what you had? A little breakfast wine
Oh yeah,
with you?
I got some
Well,
I'm
I'm
thinking here. So
curious.
anyway, okay, so go
I'm
ahead.
curious. Listen, all right, if you don't mind talking about it a little bit, because
Uh,
we brushed right over Seinfeld and all that. But Curb, I'm curious because I've heard, and I don't know, that it's like there's not real script. It's improv. Is that true?
yeah, it's allegedly it's improv. But you can't
Allegedly.
improvise outside of whatever they no. Okay. It was the first one I did, which was season 11. I played a caterer or something,
A
right?
waitress or whatever. Yeah, a
Yeah,
caterer.
yeah, and it was great. It was hilarious. And he comes in, and it says he comes in, he's early for a party. And then I think it's like, why are you here early? Because he's in it's bad form to show up early, right?
Right.
So he says, are there apps? And then he wants to know, are there apps or is there dinner? So the first thing I say when I see him, which was improvised, is he said, he just said hi. And I said, oh, are you the mentalist? And then he cracked up because I was like, because he looks like he would be a mentalist. You know what a mental, a lot of,
Yeah, yeah. I
he
know what a
didn't know,
mentalist is. Yeah.
he didn't know what a mentalist was, but he thought it was hilarious. He was cracking, he went did that Larry laugh. Ha ha ha. So then they said, keep it, do that again about the mentalist. Are you the mentalist? Like I thought he was part of the staff. And I said, put your stuff back there. Um, and he said, no, no, I'm a guest. Why are you here so early? You're here too early. Are they having apps? And or past apps or something? I said, yeah. He goes, but I'm hungry. And I said, well, you could go to a restaurant. This party doesn't start for an hour. But then they cut it, and that's the story that I told you that he
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
I said Larry David on my phone, and I go, hello, and he says, I said hi. I said, oh no. No, he said, I say hi. He said, hi. I said, oh no. He says, yeah. I said, what? I was bad? He said, no, 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 no. You were fantastic. I said, what? And he said, well, we had to cut it. Why? Because it was too long. The show was too long, but you were great, but it was just too long. Uh, the
The
show was
show
too
was
long.
too
I said,
long. Yeah.
yeah. And I said, well, cut someone else's scene. And then he
Right,
laughed.
right. Yeah.
Why are you cutting mine then? He says, no, no, I'm really sorry. I tried to keep it in. It's just so you were fantastic. I'll have you on next year. But
Yeah.
then I was just the nurse. I
You
wasn't
were
even
you were
doing
you were
fun.
fantastic clapping the one little bit that you're in.
Oh yeah, yeah. They cut me out, but they did have me clapping. You saw it.
But were you on again then?
But then I was on the last season, but I was a nurse, and that time I tried to improvise. I said, he comes to visit his friend in the hospital. I don't know if you saw it. It's the one where the guy asks him to take care of the daughter that he wants
Yes.
him, if he dies, to take, and Larry and Vince Vaughn try to get out of it because they're
Yeah.
like, we're the last people, so they just
Right.
act misbehave or behave in ways that obviously he's going to say, no, no, we don't want you to be the
Right.
dad if anything happens to me. So when I saw him, he came, he says, this Stu Grossman's room or whatever. I said, yeah, are you the rabbi? And then they didn't, in this case, they didn't want, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Hold on. Then in this case, they didn't want me to improvise.
I think that breakfast wine's kicking in.
I know they didn't want me. No, but the sad thing is they didn't want me to improvise. I just had to say yes. Don't stay too long. He's not
Okay.
doing well, and then it was very like a regular part, and so it was
Okay.
disappointing. Is
Can
that
I
it?
ask you? Can I ask you if you don't mind?
Wrapping it
Um,
up, ladies and gentlemen. There, it's your
no,
comedy.
no, no, no.
No, no, no.
Comedians that inspired you.
Yeah.
Why do you need to go? What is your problem?
No, I'm looking for my. I don't like my background. Okay. No, I'm fine. I'm just kidding about the minute.
Comedians that inspired you,
Yeah.
when you were younger, that when you were back
Yes.
in Arizona or whatever, the comedians that inspired you, and then
Yeah.
comedians that you like now.
Well, because I'm from back in the day of like seeing Carol Burnett on TV and Jonathan
Right.
Winter, things like that when I was little.
Okay.
Johnny Carson, um, Phyllis Diller, whoever was on those shows, right?
Okay.
What else?
Recently, just very recently, you opened for Dana Carvey. How was that?
Oh, it was fantastic. It's a comedian's best dream wet no no best dream. It's a dream come true. No, but I've known him for maybe 15 years,
That
and so
was my question. Had you met him before? Did you know
I
him?
had and I toured with him uh before, and then after COVID he kind of didn't go on the road too much, but so this was like his first gig in about a year, aside from the one a week before that. So to um we drove to Mesa, Arizona, because we were gonna fly and then meet each other there and then rent a car. He's not at all like Mr. Prima Donna, let me get a jet and all that. He doesn't have valets or anybody helping him. He's really down to earth. So he said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and drive. And then it's only 5.5 hours, but it was 7. But the whole way, he's like, he's practicing his bits. He's he says, what about that one bit? And then we're like kind of riffing. And then he says, okay, this is how it goes. And he came up with a new thing for me. And then he says, I'm gonna
Wow.
fix it. So it's just like, oh my gosh, it's too good to be true.
That's amazing. That's a great story.
Yeah, it's just really, and then, we stop and get French fries or go to the bathroom and then get, things like that. Just keep going and then kind of telling stories and laughing. And he was doing
Well,
it. Yeah.
no,
Hmm.
I was just going to ask because you have done so much, and we're going to get to your current stuff you got going and everything, and you do work. I mean, you work all the time. I see you're doing gigs and everything. But
Yeah.
do you have like a favorite? Because again, we're combining the acting and the stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite memory, and then obviously one that maybe wasn't so good?
Oh, about
And
any.
and you know which one I want. You know where the
Uh-oh.
humor is.
Wait, the good one? Or you,
No, no, no. The one
oh,
that things aren't so good. That's where the
uh-oh.
humor is, at least in
Oh,
my
oh, oh,
opinion.
oh, you want the not so, oh,
Well, no, no, no. Listen, I like you. Do a couple of your
well, it's a not
favorites.
so. No, I don't have any favorite.
You
Everything.
do
The
too.
only thing that was good is like working with Dana Carvey. I have a nightmare story when I did Letterman. That
Well,
was a
there.
nightmare.
That's good. That's fine if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but I can turn into complaining and therapy session like on a dime. And I mean, there's a fine line between comedy and
Oh no, I
complaining. Because
I'm
then I'm
enjoying myself. I don't know about you. I'm
15.
enjoying myself.
Yeah, are you enjoying? Okay.
Are
No,
you? Let's get a halftime report here. Are you enjoying
oh
yourself?
yeah. Huddle,
Okay, good.
everyone. Yeah,
That's
no, I'm
my
having a
goal. My
great.
goal is for you to laugh.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm having a wonderful time. Don't let it end. Like
no,
TikTok.
we got some more to cover, but
All right.
the
What do you want to hear? Because you
least
have
favorite memory.
agenda.
In other words, Dana Carvey. That's your favorite time.
That's my highlight.
Okay, wonderful.
Anytime,
Now,
working with
in other words, I'm
people.
surprised you like Seinfeld or maybe something else doesn't, but that's your favorite. So we'll go with that.
Oh, doing Seinfeld, that was good, but I always have a problem with the hair and makeup people. Every
Okay.
time there's people in the background that are messing with you, and they're the dark forces,
Okay.
right? Because they are have a job and they're there. They don't realize like this is my moment. You guys got to have my back. And they're, so there were a couple of times like that where you really have to have your focus on to be able to perform because you want to know
Let me ask you this: do
specifically.
they want you to look a certain way, and they're doing your hair or making you that's what bothered you?
Want the Seinfeld story or the Letterman story?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you can do
Oh
them
no,
both.
okay. So, well, I did when I did Seinfeld, then Julia, so they did my hair curly and they pulled it back
Yeah,
like
you,
that.
you kind of look like her.
Yeah. And then she knew me because she'd seen the young comedian special, I think. And she's like, "Oh, I'm a big fan." But that was for during the pilot. I went to the pilot. And
Okay.
then now I'm on the show and then she so the head hair woman was like did my hair and she was curling it and spraying it, and I have good hair, like you don't need to do a lot with it, but don't make it look like Julia. So then her assistant said she kind of looks like Julia, maybe you shouldn't do her hair that way.
Yeah.
And then the head hair woman says, oh, she looks nothing like Julia, that's ridiculous. And she's spraying my hair, like shellacking it down. I know. So now it's like 9:30 in the morning, but we don't get called to set. It gets postponed till like 2:30 or something. But now we got to go. So Julia comes in to get her hair and to come in. She walks in and she says, "Oh," I said, "Hi." She says, "Oh, hi." And then she beelines out. Next thing you know, Larry comes in and he's in the doorway. He says, "Oh yeah, she does kind of look like Julia, huh? Could you do something different? You got to do something different with her hair."
Wow.
I know. And then the assistant and I looked at each other like, "See," because that woman was being cranky because she was having to wait and she sells real estate and blah blah. And, she was like, not like the best job in the world to be the head hair and makeup of Seinfeld
Seinfeld, right?
TV show at the time. I mean, so she says, "Well, what do you want? What do you want?" But now she's nice. Well, what do you so she says, he says, "I don't know, just something different." So she takes the comb and the brush and she puts my hair in the middle and then she brushes it out in front of him and it's now just like that. And she says like something like that. He says, "Well, there are other hairstyles that don't look like Julia that are attractive." And then he says, "I don't know, just figure it out." And then he walked away. He wasn't rude, but it was like, "Come on, lady,
Okay,
be."
let's go on to what happened at Letterman.
Well, wait. Anyway, she ripped my hair to shreds. There's another part you want to hear. Then I'm
and
sitting.
and you still ended up looking like Julia.
I know.
You still ended up looking like Julia.
With
I don't
wavy,
care.
with wavy hair. It was
Yeah, you
ridiculous.
look just like her.
Oh, well,
I'm
I
sorry.
know.
At
I
least that's my opinion. When I
but you
watch the
want
clip, I go, "You look like Julia."
mm-hmm.
All
But
right,
you
so
hear
do Letterman quick. Do Letterman because we
wait,
got to move on to your.
but wait, you want to hear what Jerry said? He says, "How's it going? How's everyone on the show? Are they treating you well?" And then I told him about the hair woman. And he said, "Why is it so hard to find hair people? We've gone through like 7 of them." He said they're like hair. You have to wash them. They need conditioning. And so that was funny. Okay, so then
Okay,
yeah.
that's
I don't
wild.
know.
That he took the time to address it for you.
Well, he didn't even know until I told him. He asked me how my experience was on the set. That was fun.
Okay.
I thought,
Um.
Okay, we don't have to do Letterman. It's just that they
No,
didn't,
we can do Letterman
didn't
because
sew my
I'm
pants.
I'm a huge Letterman guy. I've probably seen every episode. I love Letterman.
All right, they didn't sew my pants. They're supposed to sew the sides of the pockets so that they don't stick out. Pockets don't stick out when I'm on, it's unflattering. So I talked to the head wardrobe and she goes, "Get here early, we'll sew them down." Well, she's nowhere to be seen. So they're like safety pinning, giving them back to me, then stitching, giving them back, or taping, and nothing worked. So now I'm wearing my robe. I'm waiting for my pants. I call Al Lubell. I don't know, get Al Lubell because he was there to watch me. I said, "Al, I need help getting my pants. They're not helping me." And now it's 5 minutes. I got to be dressed and go
Oh my
on.
God.
But I'm trying to keep it together too, right? I was like, I
Right.
am not letting these people mess up my zone. So, so I say, I need my pants and they can't get them and whatever. So Al goes, "Jan needs her pants because you need a guy." So they finally they finally sewed them down. Now I put the pants, but I have to go to the bathroom and it's downstairs. And they say, "You can't go to the bathroom." And I was like, "No, I have to go to the bathroom." And then now we call Eddie Brill, who was the producer, and they go, I said, "Eddie, I got to go to the bathroom." They said, "She can't go," the stage manager said. And then Eddie said, "She has to go to the bathroom. Jan, go." And so we did. They hooked me up. And then as soon as I get back behind the stage, they go, "Ladies and gentlemen, David." And Dave introduces me. And then I was like, keep it together because nobody knows about the behind the scenes stuff. Is that funny? It's not funny.
No, it's all right. No, I just want to move along. I feel bad. I feel bad for you.
See, but you
So,
weren't.
you're sharing, maybe people may not find it interesting, but I worked, and you don't know this, maybe you do. I mean,
Yeah.
I worked with Ringo Starr and all kinds of Kiss and Cheap Trick and Dave Matthews and all kinds of, and I know that
Oh, wow.
the intricacies of that.
Right. But I think
And
people
the behind
like
the scenes
that.
stuff I think is really cool. I
Yes.
love it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Let's move on because you got the new Dry Bar comedy special. You just
Yeah.
shot that. Is
Right.
is right?
And I don't know when it's coming out, but hopefully soon.
Well, the reason again, I want to move along, but what shocked me about
Move
that,
along. It's minute to minute here. We are in a hurry. Let's go.
no, I because I don't want to keep you too long.
No,
The
I'm fine. I'll do 5 hours.
No, stop it.
All right. You're not that interesting.
No, it's not that. It's just that people won't watch. The attention span of TikTok
I
today,
know.
they
That's
got
why we're
30
going
seconds.
fast. Okay.
Well, I try and move it along, just for what it's
All
worth.
right. Okay.
New Dry Bar comedy special. You don't know when it's coming out, but what I found really interesting about that, Jan, was when you talk about the Mormons and how clean it has to be.
Yeah.
That it's like it has to be white,
No,
clean,
you
and
can't
neat.
say Jesus. You can't say, like, if you can't say, "Oh my God, I told the guy, get out of here." You can't
Yeah,
say it
well,
like
even
that.
the divorce that am I right about that?
You can't talk about divorce or any kind of
Wow,
that. You can't
wow,
say my husband is a stupid idiot and we're getting a divorce because he's so dumb. You can't say that.
wow. See, that blows me away.
Well, it's their brand though. That's what I was saying. Like it's their brand. People go there knowing they're going to get things that are within their mindset or culture or whatever that what they like.
Yeah, I guess. I want to mention because I thought it was real touching.
They're laughing all the way to the bank. Okay. Sorry.
Retha Jones, who you helped out get on the show, which I watched the interview you did with another young lady, and you helped her get on the show.
Retha?
Yeah,
Oh, right, right, right. Elisa.
I just
Okay.
thought that was it just speaks volumes about what a good person you are.
Well, I just thought Retha's really funny and I try to spread the wealth or the connections. Like, what does it hurt me? I offered it to a lot of people. I got, let's see who else got on there. Another friend sent hers, but it wasn't clean enough. And
Yeah,
then, so anyway, yeah. So yeah, I try to help.
I think you're fabulous. Other than you
Thank
text
you.
me at 4 in the morning.
Oh, I did. Wait,
One
did you
woman
tell them that?
show, one
It was
woman show called
in the
Reclining
morning,
Nude
not
in the.
four. Don't listen to him. Shh. I'm talking to your viewers.
One woman show,
Uh,
reclining nude in Las. I'm gonna pronounce it.
on
Will you do it?
reclining
You just
reclining nude on La Cienega, reclining nude in the swamp. The swamp is a La Cienega.
you know, if you're not, I'm just gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. I'm trying. You know what? Just throw this paper out. There's no sense in going
Oh,
on
you're
with.
good. You're good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, okay. In this show, the one woman show, I got it. I got the title. I went and started watching it, and you start painting.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I guess in it we have artists on Instagram. It says actor, comedian, and then it says sexy artist,
Sexy painter.
sexy painter, and
Yeah.
artist is on your. Because I'm going to include, to be serious, I'm going to include all the links to your website, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever you have, TikTok, you got all of them, your Linktree. But I thought it was interesting that you because it was really cool.
Yeah, thanks.
I
Thank you.
liked it a lot.
Ah, that thanks. I mean, that was like a labor of love. Worked on it for many years, developing it because I thought, okay, paint at home. I do comedy. How can I merge the two? And the painting, just kind of splattering it and stuff. And but it just takes it out of its, stand-up comedy thing. So it's ready for broadcast, but I have it on YouTube for now.
Yeah. And I hope it gets picked up. I hope, because I've just had someone on Tubi or whoever or whatever picks it up. And, it'd be great if Amazon or Netflix, whatever, picks it up because I think it's wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thanks so
really
much.
like it a lot. Um, Let
Thank
me
you.
see here.
What else?
Well, I told you again, I'm kind of like Larry David that way, where I don't like to talk to people before. I like the spontaneity of it and everything. But
Yeah.
we chatted a number of times trying to
Yeah.
get together. And I told you, and you promised you'd do it for me, and I hope you still will,
Oh,
about you getting an illegal U-turn. That is one of the funniest things I think
oh,
I've ever seen. I just love that. I don't know if you can do it for me, but I think people would really enjoy seeing that bit.
oh, yeah, yeah. No, no. Yeah.
You
Okay.
don't
So
mind,
I got pulled over for making an illegal U-turn, right? And
right?
I'm not a criminal. I recycle. I don't share my Netflix password.
Right.
And the cop put on a siren. A siren for an illegal U? That's the same siren they use for murder. Shouldn't there be a friendlier, less incriminating sound? Hey, you made an illegal U. And then you get your ticket. Oh, wait, no, no, the news that.
They can't hear you whistling. Still can't. Still can't.
What?
It's,
Okay, forget your
it's
trouble.
okay.
They didn't hear the whistle. You got to hear that.
Yeah, I'll whistle. Got to
All
let me
right.
hear mine. Doesn't matter. It was
It
good.
didn't go through. Okay. Next time we
All
have to
right.
pick a bit that doesn't have sound effects. SFX. Okay.
As you said, I saw one of the cats. Do you still have two cats?
Yeah, I have two cats.
Okay.
I'm
And I
not a
want to try. I want to try and contact Jimmy Fallon because I think it's an injustice. I want to get you on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, let's get me on Fallon.
Well, I saw the clip. You and your buddy and the other podcast did. I think it's only right.
Well, oh, that we, yeah, yeah. I was saying Lisa Alvarado on her podcast, right? Because
Yeah,
he said my name, and when Norm Macdonald passed away, he said
yeah,
Norm was one of them and he said, and Jann Karam and Judy Tenuta, someone
yeah.
that I would watch. And I was like,
I
wow,
think I think we should. I'm going to do everything in my power,
all right, you have
and I
connections.
would not that I can do it, but who knows? Crazier things have happened.
All right, I believe in us and you.
You're just
I believe in
hey.
you.
Thank God for that morning wine. Well, hey, look. Do you mind doing a special Your Comedy Minute for me? You know that's the name of the
Oh,
show. Do you have something?
yeah, I had something funny, right? Or
Whatever you want. It's your
I
comedy
think
minute.
it's
So let's do it. Hang
complaining.
on. Let me do a formal introduction.
Okay.
Jann Karam, your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
Oi. Okay.
Boy.
I know. My comedy minute. It's okay. So my new thing is that, well, what I figured out is that I'm not a Karen, right? Is
No.
everyone's, yeah, I'm not a Karen, but I'm a Betty. I'm a Betty.
A
Like,
Betty?
Betty is a more passive aggressive, Karen is a passive aggressive kind of not a Karen. Like I was at Trader Joe's, the person was bagging my groceries, and she started putting the soft foods in at the bottom. So I said, could I just go ahead and bag my, could I, you know, put the soft stuff on the bottom, right? And she says, no, 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 I got it. And I said, no, just the soft stuff shouldn't be in at the bottom. And then I said, is it okay if I just bag it myself? And then she says, oh, okay, yeah, oh, I see. And then I start putting like the heavier square
Right,
shape
yeah.
things. And then she says, oh, I see you have a system. I wanted to say, well, it's not really a system, it's just common sense. And then I was like, I'm not going to get you fired, right? I don't want your manager to think I'm mad. I mean, it's not you, it's just me, OCD. And I had to like blame it on myself. So that's a Betty. You know, I don't want to hurt
Right, I
people.
got it.
You're obsessed about, you don't
Yeah,
want, you want things done a certain way.
I
But
got
you
it.
want to say something, but not get anyone in trouble.
That's
That's a
fine.
Betty.
Okay. Well, thank you.
That's a new bit. Do you like
I
it?
liked it. I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was great.
Was it a comedy minute? Did it fit
It's
the
whatever.
description?
Listen, I can't tell you how grateful I am that you gave me some of your time.
Aw. Well, I'm
I
grateful.
mean it. I mean it. You may not believe it, but I think I never know how these are going to go, but I
Yeah,
thought it went pretty good. I had a good time.
I did too. And I've watched your others, and I think you're a terrific host, and I'm happy and honored to be on your show.
Oh, stop it.
Everyone